anyway, just like to welcome you all to the mat and hope you had a good enough week and you got through it okay. Looks like we're here for another while, so hope we can still continue on with these classes and the opportunity to connect in together. Even though we don't chat and talk, it's kind of nice to have that feeling, that sense of community, knowing that there's a few other people out there kind of going through the same thing as us. So you're all very welcome. I hope the bodies are doing okay. Again, it's a really important to notice at times like this how our body holds the tension that is created from the stress or worry or strain. And that's why the asana practice of our yoga is brilliant, to just kind of get our bodies loosened up, to let go of that stress and tension, and kind of to bring ourselves back into that rhythm of our breathing and that really strong connection with our nervous system being soft and being strong, which, as we know, when all of this is functioning right, we're far more healthy than when it's not. So let's begin our practice as always, coming into a comfortable seat, cross-legged if it's there for you. Sitting up, again, always an option to sit on a block. You can rest your palms facing up, particularly if you're still feeling a little bit kind of sleepy and tired. Facing down if your head's a little bit crazy. I like to start with it face down, just because it gives me that sense of grounding and helps me to really settle into the earth. So when you're ready, closing your eyes and start to allow yourself to really settle in to this version of yourself that's here today. Begin by noticing your physical body, which in yoga we believe there's 5 sheets, 5 parts of ourselves. So the first part is our physical body, which as we come to our asana practice, our yoga practice, is the first part that we can connect in with. So just feel the version of you that's here today. A little bit tight, maybe in knees or hips or shoulders. Maybe we feel fine, maybe we had a great sleep and the body's doing well. Just really settle into where you are today. The next to follow are the mental and the emotional bodies. So we can take a moment to really figure out where we are today. Perhaps we can really just figure out where we are in this moment. Because from what I'm feeling and from what I'm hearing, those emotions tend to change quite regularly throughout the stress and strain and things that are happening. So just allowing yourself to settle in with where you are right now. Feel the strength of your spine as it supports your torso and balances that head on top of it. Let the shoulders be soft. And then allow yourself to just very slowly come back into yourself. Allowing yourself to really root down, almost like energy roots coming out of our legs and our hips. Really feeling the solid support of the earth beneath us. And then with the spine tall, feel that lengthening. Notice the head lifting up, finding that space for the organs, the lungs, the heart. Shoulders are soft, arms are soft. And then as you settle here, take a moment to just bring your attention to the space around your heart center. And firstly, start by thanking yourself for creating this space for you today. The space to help to get you a little bit more in line with your real self, your true self. And when you are a little bit more in line, that has a knock-on effect to your family, your loved ones. So as you think of that space around your heart, take a moment, feeling that gratitude to yourself, to allow yourself to think of an intention. What is it that would serve you a little bit better these days? What is it that would help you make it all a little bit easier? What is it that would make you a little bit stronger? And then planting that as a seed and an intention for this morning's practice. Turn your awareness to your breath. Feeling how slow or fast, how full your breath is. Our breath always present with us, even when we sleep, even when we're not aware. Our body breathes. And as you settle into your breathing, start to count 4 as you breathe in, 4 as you pause, 4 as you exhale, 4 as you pause. Inhale 4, pause 4, exhale 4, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 4, exhale 4, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 4, exhale 4, pause 4. Inhale 4, this time pause 6, exhale 8, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 6, 8, exhale, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 6, exhale 8, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 6, exhale 8, pause 4. Inhale 4, pause 6, exhale 8, pause 4. And then just let your breath come back to neutral. So this breathing pranayama is very good to expand the lungs. It's like it's an exercise for your heart. But it's also really good to allow the nervous system to settle a little bit. Trying your best to keep up with that length, but don't worry if you fall a little bit short of it. That's okay. You gradually build it up. And also notice if it's caused a little bit of tension, and perhaps you can relax the shoulders a little. When you're ready, drop your chin into your chest. Softly open the eyes. Lift the head and neck. Breathe. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, fold forward. Breathing as you soften in. Walking back out, change the cross of your legs. Interlace your hands, pressing them up nice and tall. So again, shoulders away from your ears, feel that length. Notice where the spine is. Breathing in. Exhale, bring your hands to the back of the head, open the elbows wide, and just look up a little bit. So feel the shoulder blades moving towards each other, feel the elbows nice and wide. And then inhale, come back up, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on your left knee, gazing over that left shoulder. Again, hands are just used as levers, don't collapse back. Come to center, inhale, and then to the right. Breathe. Staying present, inhale, floating the hands up. Exhale, release the hands to two sides. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder as you feel the stretch from the right ear all the way down to the fingertips. Breathe as you figure out what's going on in your body today. Coming back up and then just releasing right ear to right shoulder. Again, try not to put too much effort in, just let your head and neck be soft. Coming back up, inhale, float the hands, reach, and then exhale, folding forward and down on this side. Breathe. Feel the hips, notice. And then from here, we're going to bring ourselves all the way forward on to our hands and knees. So keep your toes curled under, have your wrists underneath your shoulders, and remember at any point during the practice, if anything gets too much, just back off. Listen to your breathing, that's going to be your direction. Drop down to open your heart, lengthen to look up. And then you're going to exhale, curl your spine, keep your toes curled under and just move back to your bum. Extend your hands, breathe as you pull your belly up. And then inhale, come forward, drop the belly down, lift the heart up. And then exhale, round up as you bring your bum back to your heels, coming into that angry cat, but reaching it back into a child's pose version. Then inhale, coming forward, drop down, open it up. Exhale, curl and breathe as you reach back down, lengthen, squeeze the belly in. Feel that stretch between the armpit and the fingertips. And then inhale, draw forward and down. Then exhale, let's lift, hover the knees off the ground a little bit. Press the hands into the earth and start to fire up the belly a little bit. Notice your breath. Connecting in, bring your bum back to your heels. And then exhale, lift your tailbone and bring it into your first downward facing dog. So feel this inversion. What is it like to have the head lower than the heart? Roll the shoulders open, head and neck is soft. Pedal out the feet, bend the right knee, straighten the left. And then bend the left, straighten the right. Breathe as you open the hips up, rolling the shoulders open, loads of space for the head and neck. Inhale. Exhale, come forward to plank position, nice and strong. Pressing into your hands. So always an option to have your knees on the ground. Holding here, engaging through your core. If you can't, have the knees off. Stay with it, lift your right leg off the ground. And drop it down, lift your left leg off the ground. Drop it down, inhale. Exhale, knees, arch the back, chest and chin. Scoop forward and up, come into your cobra. So again, first one, don't use your hands, you're just realizing where your back is. Open up through the heart, stay with it. And then exhale, up and back again. Downward facing dog. Starting to waken up. Starting to breathe. Inhale, forward to plank. Nice and strong again. Option of the knees to come down. If you don't have your knees on the ground, bring your right toes on top of your left heel. Stay in plank and drop both heels to the right. Come back up. Both heels to the left. Again, option of knees on the ground is okay too. Come back up. Release your feet. Downward facing dog. Come back to center. Left toes on top of right. Holding it here. Again, option knees on the ground. Both heels to the left. Come back up. Both heels to the right. Come back up. Release your feet. Plank or knees to the ground. Inhale. And then exhale, everyone knees down, chest and chin. Inhale to bring it forward, lift up a little bit more space, and then exhale back downward facing dog. From here, slowly start to walk your feet all the way forward to the front of the mat. And you're going to hang down here, bending your knees, let your body cascade off your hips. Shake your hips no, shake your hips yes. Keep the chin in. Breathe, and you're going to uncurl one vertebra at a time to roll yourself all the way up and come to stand. So again, what's happening already? How's the body doing? Can you feel a little bit more energy? How's the breath? Inhale, bring your arms overhead, steeple your fingers. So pointing your fingers up, reach as high as you can. And you're going to twist to the right. Keep your hips pointed forward. So you're not twisting the hips. Keep the hips pointed forward and just twist through the torso as you twist to the right. And then come forward. And twist to the left. Coming forward. Stay where you are. Focus on one spot and come up onto your tippy toes. Reach, 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 reach. Bring the hands out in front of you. Stay on your tippy toes if it's there. And you're going to come down. So again, beware of your knees. You might need to stop here. If you're okay, bring it all the way down. Keep that belly engaged. Notice where you're breathing. And then slowly bringing it all the way up. Reaching high. And then exhale, lowering your hands, lowering your feet. Come back to stand. Super. Bring your toes together. If you can have them touching, if that makes you really uncomfortable, give yourself a bit of space. Toes touching, ankles together. Bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart, closing your eyes. Remember that intention. Feel your breath. Inhale, bring your arms out, up and lengthen as you come into a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. So in your forward fold, you might need to bend your knees. That's okay. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot back towards the back of the mat. Right knee comes down. Breathe as you lengthen both hands up towards the ceiling. Hug your outer thighs in and your inner thighs out. Lengthen. Bring your hands behind you to interlace and work them down towards your right knee as you lift your heart. Stay with your breath. Keep dropping the right hip forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, both hands down, step back, plank position. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Forward and up into your up dog or your cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Staying with it. And exhale. Inhale, forward to plank, shoulders over wrist. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. So again, option to drop your knee. Knee to nose. Kick it back. Knee to the outside of the left elbow. Kick it back. Knee to the outside of the right elbow. Kick it back. Step that leg forward. Left knee down. And breathe both hands onto your right thigh. Even out your hips. Sink and extend. Find that space. So keep drawing your left hip forward and your right hip back. Sinking in, bring the hands behind you. Work the hands down towards your left knee as you open up. Breathe. Soften. Float your hands up. Exhale, both hands come down. Inhale, big step forward. And exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, let's bring it straight back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back. Left knee down. Both hands onto your right thigh. Even out your hips. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands. Staying with your breath. Finding that steadiness. Connecting in as you bring your hands in prayer and twist to bring your left elbow outside your right knee. So again, you can use your arms. Try to get your knee closer, your elbow closer to your knee. Have your hands, wrists and elbows in line, and then use that traction to rotate as you look up. You can stay here. If you want to fire it up, you can lift that left knee off the ground. Focus on your breath. Stay present. Inhale. Exhale, both hands to the earth. Inhale, step back, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Up dog or cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Take your big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, forward to plank. Float your left leg off the ground. Stay here. Remember, knee, right knee can come down. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, kick it back. Knee across the body to the outside of the right. Kick it back. To the outside of the left. Kick it back. Step it forward in between the hands. Release the right knee down. And bring it all the way up. Thinking forward. Staying with your breath. Find your balance as you bring your hands in prayer this time. Right elbow outside the left. Press into your hands to rotate. Looking up. Draw that left shoulder back. Stay with it. Focused. If you can, stay here. If you want to get a little bit deeper, float that right leg up. Keep the twist in. Wherever we are, extend. Find space. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, big step forward. And exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, Samastitihi, Tadasana. Close the eyes. What's happening now in the body? Can we feel our heartbeat? Can we notice changes, tingling in our hands and our hips? Can we remember that intention? Staying with it, being present. Interlace your hands, turn them around and press them up towards the sky. So again, keep your tailbone lengthening down, so you're not sticking your bone out. Keep your tailbone under, belly in and up. Reach as you lengthen, and you're going to drop over to the left. Look under your right side. Now breathe from your right armpit all the way down to the hip. Come back up. And down to the right as you lengthen through the left side waist. Coming back up, find that length. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. This time, just bend your knees. You can have your feet apart or toes touching. Bend your knees and drop your hips. Make sure your weight is in your heels, almost floating your toes off the ground. And extend your hands back behind you, belly connected to your thighs. Then inhale, sweep your hands forward. Notice how you shift a little bit more towards your heels, and then start to peel your belly off your thighs as you bring it up into your Utkatasana. Feel and notice what's going on in the thighs. Focus on your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back to the back of the mat. This time, right knee stays off the ground, hands on the earth. Feel grounded through your front leg, and when you're ready, float your hands up, coming into a high lunge. So always an option to release your right knee down. If you can stay here, stay here. Breathing as you connect. Lengthen through the spine. Root down through your front big toe. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Take a long breath in. Exhale, flip your right heel to the ground and bring it into warrior two. Once more, focus on your front middle finger. Soften through your shoulders. Connect down. Roll the right knee out to the right, or left knee out to the left. Root down to the back of the right heel. Keep that right leg really strong. Find your breath as you pull the front and the back of your mat towards each other with your feet. Staying with it. Inhale, let's do one. Straightening of the left leg, bring your hands up. Through your heart, exhale, sinking down. Pivot both hands to face the ceiling. And then exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Breathe. Sink. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Turn the palms, straighten that front leg. From here, reach as far forward as you can with that left hand, and then soften the left hand to the earth, right hand to sky. Draw the right hip back. Lengthen through the left side waist. Any strain in the neck, keep your gaze to the earth. Otherwise, looking up. Feeling space through the hips, keep reaching that left hip back underneath your right. Exhale, bring both hands to the earth, bend your front knee, step back, plank position. So flow through your vinyasa, or bring your knees wide, bum back and settle in child's pose. Wherever you are, let your breath to flow. Keep it as steady through the vinyasa as you would if you were in child's. And then when you're ready, stretching out your hands, curling your tail. Come back to down dog if you're not already there. Find your breath. Inhale, come forward to plank. Left wrist over or underneath your left shoulder, left heel to the left. You can step your right foot in front and float your right hand to the sky. If you have space, you can stack. If you have space, you can bring it into tree. Open. Stay with it, feel that space. And then exhale, bring it back. Shoot the leg. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Same idea on the other side. Breathe, right heel to the right, left foot can step in front. Extend the left hand, right shoulder and wrist aligned if it's there. Stack if it's there, tree. Lift up, breathe. Feel space. Exhale, come back. Downward facing dog. All just options, so move with your breath. Float your right leg up nice and high. Bend your right knee, open your hip to the sky. Keep your shoulders in line. Big step forward. Releasing the left, or keeping the left heel off the ground. Root down through the mound of the big right toe. When you're ready, float it up into your high lunge. Find your breath. Find that steadiness. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. From here, release the left heel down and bring it into warrior two on this side. So again, right knee to the right, back heel really rooting down into the earth. Find that sense of grounding through the back leg. Right knee out. Focus is your front middle finger. Breath is steady. Let's do one straightening of the right leg, hands through your heart. Exhale, bring it down and float. Turn both palms up. Release the left arm down, right arm up and over. Sinking. Keep driving into that right knee. Focus on your breath. Inhale, come back. Exhale, turn the palms. Straighten up that front leg. So again, draw the right hip back. Reach that right arm forward. And then soften down into your triangle pose. Feel your breathing. Keep yourself present. Inhale, release both hands to the earth. Bend your front knee. Exhale, big step forward. And fold in half. Inhale, come halfway up and toe heel your feet mats or hips width apart. So from here, you're going to take your big toe with your middle index finger and your thumb, wrapping it up, curling around your big toe. So your knees might be bent here, that's okay. Lift and look up. Find length in your back. Keep your spine straight, keep your shoulders back. And then just start to work at straightening your legs. So you might just stay here, that's okay. You might come all the way in. Wherever you are, breathe in the pose. If you're all the way down, start to move your elbows forwards as you drive your head towards your knees. Lift your tailbone nice and high. Focus on your breathing. Staying present. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release your toes. Turn your toes to face out, right and left. You might need to widen your feet and come into your squat. So that could be it here. We can come down to the earth, go for it, and if we can, drop all the way down. Bring it all the way down and bring your hands in front of your heart. So again, just notice how this feels. For some of us, it's a nice release. For some, it feels horrible. Just breathe into it. Stay present with it. Allow the hips to almost like melt open. Notice how your breath is. Inhale, bring your hands to the earth, straighten up your legs, and bring your feet back again so that they're once more hips distance apart. Bend your knees. This time you're going to bring your whole hand underneath your foot so the toes are touching your wrists. Knees again can be really deeply bent. Lengthen to look up, and as you exhale, start to straighten the legs. Move the head towards the shins as you lift the tailbone. Staying with it, finding breath. Keep that steadiness. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out and up. Exhale, Samastiti and Tadasana. Come back, how's your breath? Can you feel the steadiness? Take a moment as we stand here to really feel the mat underneath your feet. This practice is about bringing ourselves into our bodies, out of our minds, out of all those thoughts, those fears, those anxieties, and into that physical strength of our body. Open your eyes. Super. Bring your hands to your hips. So again, hips, the feet, hips distance apart, and hands come onto your hips. Let's shift your weight over to your right leg, and you're going to bend your left knee. So from here, when you're ready, you're going to float that left leg up, bending again, right leg. And you're going to wrap your left knee over your right. So your hips will want to swing to the right. Keep them facing forward. You can just rest one knee on top of the other. If you need to, you can bring your foot to the floor for balance. And for some of us, you might be able to wrap your foot around the back. Knee issues might prevent that. So wherever you are, wrapping down, extend your hands wide and bring your right arm underneath your left. So we can take the shoulders, we can have back of the hands, whoops, or we can have palms and fingers. Wherever you are, holding firm, finding your balance, playing with it if it's not with you today. Tilt the tailbone out and sink down. Breathe into your position. Lift your elbows. Stay with your breath. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, release. Shake out that right leg. Come back to standing. From here, bend both knees. Right leg comes out. Find that spot. It's really good to focus on. Right leg comes out, wrapping your right knee around. And again, feeling your breathing. From here, this time left arm underneath your right. Stay with it as you sink down. Focus, rooting into that standing leg. Lift the elbows. Squeeze the shoulders. Draw the belly in and up and stay present. Inhale, releasing out. Exhale, and then shake it out. Come back to standing. Find your breath. Find that steadiness. Hands in front of your heart. Shift your weight again to the left. And this time, float your right knee up in front of you. Imagining there's a well-placed stool under your foot. Staying with it as you tilt yourself forward and down. Extend your right leg back behind you. Keep your hip points facing down as you extend your arms out. Reach in two different directions. Feel your breathing, notice your presence. And then bring both hands to the earth. I'd like you to try bend both knees and hug everything into the center line. Walk your hands back towards your foot and then extend up. Breathe, reach 2 different directions, standing squat. Exhale, lower your foot down. And uncurl to come all the way back up. Just stand. Notice the energy. Feel your body connected. Shifting over to the right. Bring the hands in prayer. Lifting that left leg. Rooting through your right foot. Notice that constant calibration. As you softly bring it into Virabhadrasana 3. And extend your hands. Lengthening, pulling, reaching, finding space. Exhale, both hands come down. Bend both knees, squeeze in your belly, hug everything to the center line, and then exhale, reach that left leg up. Standing squat, breathing. Lower the foot down. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale. Releasing the hands. Finding your breath. Come back to balance. Connecting inwards. Notice. Step your feet together. Bend your knees. Brush your fingers to the earth and bring it up. Utkatasana. Breathe as you lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, step back. Plank position and flow all of that out through your vinyasa. Stay in child's pose or downward facing dog. Turn your toes out, bring your heels together, bend your knees and just start to walk your hands back towards the back of the mat. So knees are nice and wide. From here we can just soften down. Try to release the heels towards the earth as you reach the hands forward. Breathing here. So we can just soften down. This is a really good one for the hips, the knees. Make sure you're planting your feet down towards the earth. So you're working towards getting the heels to the ground. This could be loads for us. We could just stay here. Or if we feel like we'd like to challenge ourselves in an arm balance, you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Come up high on your tippy toes and look towards the front of your mat. Okay, so there's lots of space. If we have a block and we want to step up onto a block, it can help. Hands are rooted. You're going to lift your knees. And from here, walk your hands back and see, can you plant your knees into your upper arms? Okay, again, this could be where we stop. We might just play with shifting our weight into our hands and bringing it back. And for 1 or 2 of us, we might shift forward. See about floating one leg, maybe floating 2. Straighten the arms. Stay with your breathing. Focused. And release the heels. And melt back down. From here, walk the hands back out in front of you. And then exhale, lower your knees to the ground. Chest and chin. Right cheek on the ground, hands down by your side. And just soften. Notice your heartbeat. Stay with your breath. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, or elbows underneath your shoulders, hands out in front of you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Root it down. Draw the heart forward, coming into your Sphinx pose. So a lot of us, when we come into it, we tend to be back here. Try to bring the elbows forward and keep the elbows moving towards each other. Lengthen your tailbone down, squeeze your belly in. Stay with your breathing. This can be loads. Figure out how your back is doing, notice it. If we can, we'll start to work at straightening the arms, but not lifting the belly up, just curling through the upper back, not lifting through the shoulders, soften them away. Feel your breathing as you open, lengthen, creating space through the vertebrae. And then exhale, melt down, make a pillow. Left cheek on the mat and release. chin to the earth. It's time to bring your hands off your mat as if you had a tennis ball underneath. Pitch your fingers like a tent, coming up onto your fingertips. Draw your shoulder blades together and back towards your hips, and see, can you walk your legs together? Press down through your pelvis, shoulder blades back, lift up through your heart, and inhale, lift up, soften. Find your breathing. Feel your presence in this pose. Keep drawing the heart, keep lengthening the tailbone. Feel yourself opening each of the vertebrae, finding that strength, trying not to overdo it. Come to the place that feels best for you. Inhale, and then exhale, lower down, right cheek on the ground, make that pillow, and release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. From here, draw yourself forward a little bit. Find a little bit more space, and then release your chest down. From here, arch your back and draw your right knee in towards your hips a little bit, as if you're doing like a caterpillar pose. Pressing down through the hands, keep the chin in the chest. See if this is enough for your back, you can stay here. If you can, you're going to straighten out your left leg, bend your right knee, and just plant your left thigh or left knee in your right foot. Open through the heart, feel that length as you reach the left heel away. And then release. Both knees come down. Again, this could be low, stay here if it's enough. Otherwise, straighten your right leg, bend your left, and plant your thigh or knee into the foot. Release down, walk your knees back, make a pillow with your hands, left cheek on the ground, and release. Nice here to bend your knees and just water or windscreen wipe from right to left, releasing out the back. Feel your breath. And then when you're ready, you're going to flip yourselves around and come lay on your back, hands down by your side. Curl your shoulders under, hands reaching down, slightly pigeon toe your feet. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, so as if you're drawing your navel into the ground, and then just float your hips up. Interlace your hands, roll the shoulders under. Keep pressing up, keep with your breath. Can you reach a little higher? And then exhale, release down. Let your knees rest against each other. Again, notice what's happening with the heartbeat here. Can you feel that energy that's created when we bring ourselves into back bends? From here again, bringing the feet in, slightly pigeon-toed, hands down by your side, lengthen your tailbone, lift up, roll the shoulders in, press the pelvis high, feel your breathing body, notice it, stay with it as you lift, connecting always with your breathing, lifting higher. Exhale, soften down. Surrender, knees rest together. Bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. See if you can feel the pulsing energy moving through your body. Now it's time to come into our inversion. So we're going to bring it into shoulder stand for those of us who have that availability. If not, option one, to lift your legs. If you have a chair or a wall close by, you can swing yourself around and just rest up like this, or legs up the wall, whatever feels best for you. Otherwise, you're going to bring yourselves round onto your back, hands by your side, draw your tailbone under and see about lifting your legs up and over your head. And from here, if your feet do not reach the ground, bring your hands straight to your back. If your feet reach the ground into Halasana, interlace your hands and get the shoulders closer. Bring your hands to your back and then extend all the way up. So the closer your hands are to your shoulders, the more aligned you're going to be. Reach the heels up, stay with your breathing. Bring your right foot over your left, or over your head. Keep your left leg where it is. And then bring it up and change. Keep walking your elbows in, and then bring both legs up. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Extending your feet. Great pose to massage the heart. Really good for the lungs. Bring both toes over your head. If they reach the ground, you can widen your knees. Bring your hands over your knees to close your ears and come into Kardapidasana. Added options, no need to do it. And then if not, using your hands, let's everybody slowly come to uncurl. Releasing your hips back down, releasing your legs. And come to lie down on your mat. Taking a moment to feel what's happened in your body. The energy in your shoulders, your spine. Pointing your toes, bring your hands underneath your bum. Come up onto your elbows, looking at your toenails. And then exhale, head and neck back. Chin moves away as you lift your heart. Breathe. If you feel comfortable, lift your feet. And if there's no problem with your back, bring your hands up also. Lowering it down. Chin comes back in. Bring your knees into your chest and give everything a nice tight squeeze. Any back issues, roll to the right to come and sit. If we don't, just give your back a little bit of a massage as you rock backwards and forwards. Breathing. And then bring yourself up to sit, extending your legs out in front of you. Sitting nice and tall. Connect inward. Change of energy. Notice the organs moving back. You're going to bend your left knee, step it up over your right. You can keep your right leg straight, or if you have the availability to bring it outside the left hip, but make sure you're not hiking that hip up. That hip needs to be rooted, your left big toe into the earth. Reach up with your right hand, left hand comes behind you. So remember, the gaze is the last thing to move. So keep looking forward. You can wrap your elbow around your knee and just look over that left shoulder. If you have a bit more space, bring the elbow to the outside. Draw the belly, the ribs, the shoulder. And then finally move the gaze over that left shoulder. Reaching as you twist. Breathing. So keep lengthening on the inhale and twisting on the exhale. For those of us who want to take a bind, go ahead. Stay with your breathing. Notice your steadiness. Being present. And then gently release. Counter twist. Straighten out the right leg if it's not already straight. And then you're going to bring your left foot inside to plant against your right thigh. Straighten out your right thigh. Lift up and kind of rotate so that your navel is in line with that right knee. Press out through the ball of the right foot. So it might want to tilt in. Press it out so it's reaching in front. Find length. Inhale and then exhale. Fold. So you might stop here, here, here. We might get all the way down as we soften. Wherever you are, keep finding length and keep surrendering down. Notice your breath. Staying present. Keep pulling your right thigh bone back into the hip socket. Keep encouraging the left knee to soften towards the earth. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Bring that left knee in, straighten it out, flip-flop your legs a little bit. Bend your left knee, step it up and over your right. Sorry, right knee steps up and over your left. root down through your left big toe, lift up through your heart, keep your left leg where it is, or if it's there, bring your foot to the outside of the right hip. So again, find length in your spine. You're always trying to lift up. Right hand behind you, left hand either wraps around the knee, or if it's there, elbow outside. Breathe as you rotate to draw the organs around. Use the strength of your spine, twist, and then float your gaze over your right shoulder. Keep finding that length, keep twisting deeper. Keep noticing where your breath is. Each inhale you find length, each exhale you go a little millimeter deeper into your twist. So good for the spine, but so good for all the organs around the belly, the digestive system, the reproductive system. Squeezing everything out, giving it a nice rinse. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, and then come back to center. Breathe as you straighten out your left leg. And again, right foot plants inside your left thigh, left leg comes straight. Find length, rotate navel in line with your knee. Press out through your left foot, so have it really facing forward. Staying here, and then exhale, start to fold. Breathing as you release. Softening through your shoulders. Again, when we start to slow our practice down, where does our mind go? Can our breath be steady? Can we allow ourselves to be present still in this moment? And then coming back up, exhale, draw the right knee in, straighten both legs out in front of you. Remove any flesh you may have from the sit bones and float your hands nice and tall. Lengthen, inhale, and then exhale. Paschimottanasana, again, we might be here. Keep the spine long, keep the belly in, here, here, here. If you can get to your feet, lift your heart, and then exhale, soften down. Breathing as you release into your body. Letting go of the struggle to get anywhere and just be present with where your body is willing to move this morning, today, this moment. Inhale, coming up, and exhale. Let's bend our knees, extend our hands, and then slowly uncurl one vertebra at a time to come lay down on the ground. Bring your knees in one last time, squeeze everything in, bring your head up to your knees, notice what it's like to breathe as you're confined, and then exhale. Feel the expanse of your lungs. You can bring your legs quite wide, hands quite wide, shoulders under to make sure the hands and arms are comfortably facing up, and soften into the earth for your well-deserved Shavasana. Take a long deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. And this time out through the nose. Relaxing the whole body, feeling the support of Mother Earth. Release the toes, the feet, the ankles. Relax the calves, the knees, and the thighs. Melt the hips. Relax the belly. Allow the organs to fall to the back body. Allow the ribs to fall to the back. Allow the lungs to fall to the back of the ribs. Shoulders melting. Arms to elbows, forearms to wrists. Soften the palms and the fingers. Relax the head and the neck. Soften the facial muscles. Allow the eyes to rest back into the sockets. Let the tongue melt in the mouth. Your whole body letting go of anything that no longer serves you, creating space to accept and receive that which you truly deserve. Listening to your breathing all the while, letting go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. Staying here if you have time, allowing your body to integrate the practice that we've just done. Otherwise, rolling over to the right side and allow yourself to take a few moments here in this fetal position. Appreciating the grace that you've given yourself this time. Appreciating the grace that allows you to be present with whatever comes your way. And then softly come to sit if you're not staying in Shavasana. Allowing your palms to face upwards in that gesture of giving and receiving. Soften the shoulders, spine, long breath, steady. And as we sit here, allow yourself to feel gratitude for all that we have. Allowing our focus to remain on all that we have, not on all that we have not. And as you settle in this new enlivened version of yourself, take a moment to remember that intention as you bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart. May all beings find happiness in the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joy. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from rejection and aversion. Bring your hands to that space between your eyebrows and bow forward to seal in your practice. Namaste.